Another thing I think I forgot to mention, which is so brilliantly deceptive about that quote in Fahrenheit 451 regarding learning from life versus learning from the educational system, is that it implies, well, first of all, it promises people this kind of Neverland sort of existence. And I don't mean that just in a kind of a flippant, sarcastic way, like, oh, they just don't want to grow up. I mean, there's another aspect of this as well, right? Um, and first of all, it convinces people that if you do want to learn systematically, that you do want to learn through traditional education, right, that that you lack imagination, that there's a lack of intuition, right, that you're only there to regurgitate information, um, that there's a lack of personal freedom. Um, and immediately when we imagine this, the first kind of caricature that comes to mind is something that we generally associate with the upper classes, right? The mean headmaster at the boarding school, the more sort of the more genteel, but also the more shallow kind of society, right? Um, and so by in Fahrenheit 451, by convincing people of this, right, it also makes this whole Neverland that they've created for this giant daycare way more enticing. Um, because and it also creates another sort of paradox, which is that you can learn from life, but you don't really have to think about anything. And at least in Peter Pan, in Neverland, people actually learned at least some amount of, even in the chaos, they learned some amount of responsibility to each other. There was you did have some tenets to the story about love, friendship. There was a lot more to it than that. Versus Fahrenheit 51, it's that, but with this total emptiness, right? Um, and but convincing people that they lack imagination if they want to go a traditional route. And I think that really is the core that I think that makes it the most dangerous.